Hello, Lydia and Jose. Here is your sewer scope from today's inspection. That's me in the basement, just kind of showing you where we're at, literally. That I'm actually in the basement in question. We drop right into cast iron pipe. There's a couple of changes as we go through the pipe, but we start out briefly anyway. First about 11 feet. In cast iron, and then at the bottom of that drop, we're into concrete. So a fortified concrete pipe, rubber gaskets at the connection point, like this one coming up right here. Usually those rubber gaskets do a good job in keeping the roots from growing in. Not so much here. There's 3 or 4 places along the line that you get some root growth coming in. This is just something that needs to be dealt with. I mean, periodically you're going to have to come in and clean the pipe out. It looks like, just seeing the corrosion level or lack of corrosion on the cast iron section, it looks like that's what the previous owner did. So a little bit more root growth right there. I mean, I'd say that's minimal. The unknown quantity is how long did it take to get to that point? Meaning, were those roots growing slowly for the last 10 years, or was the pipe cleaned a year ago and they grew back that fast? We don't know. Ultimately, in the report that I send to you later on this evening, or that you're looking at right now, what I'm going to say is, sometime within the first year of ownership, have the pipe cleaned, and then come back at some point. Probably safe to be 2 years out, and scope the line again. Run a camera through there, see what it looks like, see how quickly the roots have grown back, and then from point A to point B, we're back to cast iron right here. From point A to point B, you can kind of get a feel for how quickly the roots are going to grow. So back into cast iron pipe. So, it might be that you do need to, and then we're making a switch here. This looks like older PVC pipe. Really hard to tell. It may be a different material, but it's not concrete. It's not cast iron. It may be some form of plastic. So again, getting kind of an understanding, learning the intricacies of the pipe and how quickly it grows would be important. So that's a low spot. Another reason why I think it's a plastic pipe. Plastic, if it's not bedded properly, will have a tendency to sag. And here's our connection to the city. A little bit gnarly around the connection point. That is still the homeowner's responsibility. You're not into the city sewer yet, so even this connection point is on you. But I mean, I would say all in all, not too shabby. I think things look pretty good. The plastic section, if that's what it is, was probably an improvement that the city did at some point. At that stage, you're probably underneath the street, so it's probably something that they did, and everybody on the block had to pay an assessment for it. So I'm keeping the camera rolling as I pull back. You're more than welcome to watch the return journey if you'd like. Reach out to me with any questions. I'm always happy to be a resource.